So with all the hype around Matt Reeves' Batman movie coming out soon, uh, I've been thinking a lot about probably one of my favorite Batman movies of all time, out of all of them, which is Batman Under the Red Hood from 2009. Now, in 2009, I was in third grade, and I remember being very excited for Iron Man 3 and talking to one of my friends at school about it. And he said, "You know what I'm excited for? Batman Under the Red Hood." And I said, "That sounds like maybe the coolest name for a movie I've ever heard of." Now, a quick synopsis of Batman Under the Red Hood is a new vigilante enters Gotham, calling himself the Red Hood, and is taking out criminals. He's interfering with Black Mask's working, and he's doing it very violently, whereas Batman is no killing. No killing. Dad, I said, and lo and behold, turns out Red Hood is Jason Todd. Who knew? The second Robin who was brutally murdered by the Joker. He was beat to death with a crowbar and then blowed up. Blowed up, I said. Now, right off the bat, I want to talk about probably one of my favorite aspects of this story, which would be the juxtaposition of Nightwing and Red Hood, Dick Grayson, and Jason Todd, the first Robin and the second Robin, because they're kind of complete opposites if you think about it. One is probably the best case scenario when it comes to having a sidekick, and the other is probably the worst case scenario. Excuse me. Has always been probably my favorite Batman character, and I'm certainly not the only one who has this opinion. But what I love about him is he's got the skill set, the setting, the enemies of Batman, with the morals and the optimism of Superman or Captain America or Spider-Man, and that's probably like he's got my favorite aspects from Batman and my favorite aspects from Superman. And you put that together, and like I said, he's probably the best case scenario when it comes to having a sidekick. He turned out to be a normal person. He interacted with people socially. In fact, he's considered one of the most charming characters in the DC universe. All damn ladies after him, and he grew up and he became his own well-established hero. That's something that almost none of the Robins have done, except for maybe Tim Drake. But then even he has never really grown out of the Robin persona with Red Robin. You just added red to it, idiot. Stupid. And Jason Todd, what's interesting about him is, like I said, he's the worst case scenario when it comes to a sidekick. He's kind of a brat. He's violent. He didn't listen to Batman's orders. And that eventually got him killed, which is like I said, worst case scenario. And that juxtaposition is so interesting to me, and that's why I love that Nightwing is in this movie, to kind of show Batman's greatest success against Batman's greatest failure, which would be Jason. Now, another aspect of this movie that's very interesting is the age-old question: why doesn't Batman just kill the Joker? He's crippled Barbara Gordon. He's murdered Jason Todd. He's murdered thousands of people in Gotham. Why doesn't he just end it? Using that as a motivation for Jason makes it so much interesting, because yeah, why doesn't he kill him?
I don't know what cloud your judgment worse, your guilt or your antiquated sense of morality. Bruce, I forgive you for not saving me. But why? Why on God's earth is he still alive?
Gotta give the boy points. He came all the way back from the dead to make this shindig happen. So, who's got a camera? Ooh, get one of me and the kid first. Then you and me, then the three of us, and then one with the crowbar. Then...
You be as quiet as possible, or I'll put one in your lap first.
Party pooper. No cake for you.
Ignoring what he's done in the past. Blindly, stupidly disregarding the entire graveyards he's filled. The thousands who have suffered. The friends he's crippled. You know, I thought I'd be the last person you'd ever let him hurt. If it had been you that he'd beat to a bloody pulp, if he had taken you from this world, I would have done nothing but search the planet for this pathetic pile of evil death-worshipping garbage and send him off to hell.
You don't understand. I don't think you've ever understood.
What? What, your moral code just won't allow for that? It's too hard to cross that line?
No! God Almighty, no! It'd be too damned easy. All I've ever wanted to do is kill him. A day doesn't go by when I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him.
Aw, so you do think about me.
But if I do that, if I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back.
Why? I'm not talking about killing Penguin, or Scarecrow, or Dent. I'm talking about him. Just him. And doing it because he took me away from you.
I can't. I'm sorry.
That is so sweet.
It's not that Batman doesn't want to kill the Joker. The problem is that he does. Once he gets that taste, and he's not going to be able to stop himself. And like if an alcoholic took a sip of a drink, next thing you know, he's had 4 beers. Batman kills the Joker. Next thing you know, everyone in Arkham is murdered. And Batman going over the edge and killing too many people was touched on in Titans, albeit in a dream sequence, and I gotta be honest, I did not like that episode. I want to see this story adapted to either the TV, like the Arrowverse, or the DCEU, or whatever. But anyways, that's all I really had to say about Under the Red Hood.